Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of my album review series. Now, I am uncertain about the immediate future for this series because I can really only record these when I have time to myself, and recently I've been getting a lot of time not to myself, so I'm very unsure about how many episodes I'll be able to make in the future, so I'm just going to record a lot of short ones in the next little bit so that I can upload these and just keep the streak going until I get actual time to record new content. I'm not reposting old videos, by the way. I just might make, because I don't know, some album reviews, like some albums, I don't know what to do, so I might make videos about my collection. So yeah, the next one I'm going to be recording is about all my colored records and stuff. So stick around for that if you're interested. So you can't tell by both the title of this and my past content, I may be a little bit of a Panic at the Disco fan, okay? Just a tad, just maybe a small, tiny bit. Maybe, just saying. But there was one album I had neglected to listen to up until maybe a few months ago. It was in, I believe, it was in early April of 2025, this year. So I decided, since we're in the city and my album exists, why not listen to it? And so I listened to Pray for the Wicked by Panic at the Disco. Now, I had waited to listen to this because I had heard so many people calling that it's bad, that it's everything. But I'm going to give my actual thoughts on it, okay? Because it starts out with the Silver Lining song. I am not very certain if I can say the rest. Yeah, it's very bombastic intro, very crazy, in your face. I like it, actually. I really like it. I don't think any other song on this album would have fit as the opening. But Sam and Saturday Night, really good second track. Like, I like how the first and second track kind of bleed into each other, because they're both very similar in how they sound musically, and like with the beat and the kind of BPM they have. So, yeah. But then after that, we get to the two songs that I think everybody knows. Even if you're not a Panic at the Disco fan, the two songs you know from them are I Write Sins Not Tragedies and High Hopes. I know Hey Look Ma, I Made It was also released, and it was also released, but in the track listing came up before High Hopes. And there was like, yeah, High Hopes was the music video on the helipad. Hey Look Ma, I Made It, that music video was the one with the Muppet, yeah. See, Hey Look Ma, I Made It was definitely still big. I am surprised, though, that they played it on the Music Choice Kids station, unfiltered. It's like, the music of today for the new generation, young, hip, and peppy. And it was like that. They also had High Hopes, and they also had Me by Taylor Swift, which also featured Brendan Urie. I do not hate Taylor Swift. I think her music is, at the very least, a 50-50 between if the song is good or not. I personally have really wanted the Reputation vinyl for a while, but number one, the only ones with the standard version I find are picture discs. And number two, I'm also waiting to see if they make Taylor's version, because I like Reputation. I don't know why, I just do. But Lover's good because Brendan Urie, man. Come on, man. Come on. But I'm getting to the point. Hey Look at My Mate and High Hopes, you've heard them. I know you have. They're super huge songs. I think High Hope was actually the Panic at the Disco's first #1 hit, even though they made songs like House of Memories, which had the biggest TikTok resurgence in 2022 and continue even until 2023, like right around when the Panic was disbanded. Yeah. But after that comes my absolute favorite track on the album. Okay, Roaring Twenties. Now, I am a incredibly strong believer in the concept that Pray for the Wicked would have been much better received if they had picked better songs to release individual singles, because High Hopes and Hey Look My Made It are all labeled as coworker music. If you listen to this, you're a total NPC, dude. I totally don't have main character syndrome because I'm literally just calling you an NPC. I'm just better than you. I hate that coworker music trend. Listen to whatever you want to listen to, as long as you're not outwardly asking to support some crazy maniac, or if it's like the purpose of the art is to incite, like, you know. I can give some bands a pass, though I just don't like a lot of them. But Roaring Twenties, back to the main point, I think if they released that as a single, it would have been a way bigger release, because I love that one so much. It is actually in my top 5 Panic songs and my favorite on all of Pray for the Wicked. I would say in the whole new era, but also Sad Clown exists. So, yeah. I cannot beat Sad Clown. Nobody can. Except for Vices and Virtues, of course. But after that, Dancing's Not a Crime, I believe it is. Then track 6 and 7, they're good, but I feel like they're not really as memorable as the rest of the album. But then we get to like The Overpass, King of the Clouds. The other tracks may not be as like big hits, but King of the Clouds is an absolute swing back for the entire rest of the album. It's like you're dead, you just died on the hospital table, someone takes out a defibrillator and just shocks you back to life. That's how I feel about King of the Clouds. You know, The Overpass is really good too. Up until I listened to the album a little bit more, The Overpass was actually my favorite on the whole thing. So yeah. And Dying in LA definitely continues the trend from Death of a Bachelor of having emotional end anthems with like Impossible Year too. And even the end of Do It to Death, because that's the final like full-on new Panic song they ever released, because they re-released House of Memories as an individual single in 2022 on the earlier end because of how big it was with the TikTok trends. They made an official slowed and reverb version, but like I said, it is the final official like Panic Disco song, so all of them definitely get to you, pull out the heartstrings, and they deserve to. I honestly wish they were around to at least make one more like big, like one final hit to end it off, But yeah, I think that's all my thoughts on Pray for the Wicked. I'm probably going to get a lot of hate and comments for this, unless you're hopefully like-minded. And so I'm going to... How the hell does it keep doing that? So I'm just going to say, if you have any feedback, if you have any recommendations, leave them in the comments below. I'll take some time to review them. If you have any suggestions for albums I should do, if it's something I'd like to listen to, I'll definitely do it. But thank you for watching. Thank you for being an incredible viewer. And I will see you on the next episode. Goodbye.